You may recognize our next guest as being the country's first test tube baby. That was 1981, affectionately known as Baby Elizabeth. Well, now she's getting involved in the running business in a very unique way. RWZell.com editor Elizabeth Comeau joins us now. Elizabeth Comeau, born in 1981, first American test tube baby.
That's right.
So you've been living with fame since day one, haven't you?
Since 4 cells old. That was my first baby picture.
What was?
4 cells old was my first baby picture.
Have you ever cashed in on that fame? Do you make any money out of it?
No, I haven't. I think it's just important that people know that there are options out there available. But no, it would have been much nicer and easier on my parents if I had ever made money on it. They probably would have put me through college that way.
Are you very conscious of opening up this Pandora's box of reproduction? I mean, you must be. You were the first in America.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. I mean, this is what's interesting to see about technology now is that anytime something new comes out, everybody hauls me back. Well, let's get that test tube girl and see what she thinks. And a lot of the same arguments are what I heard, when I was little. So not much has changed, really.
But you've never made a dime out of it?
No.
Not once?
No, I really think it's important to just educate people.
Nobody knows who you are. You can walk down the streets of New York City and nobody knows, oh, first American test tube baby. Nobody knows that.
Right, luckily.
Your name is not widely known.
Not anymore. I mean, there was a time when I was young.
Would you like to be more famous?
No.
Would you like to walk down the street and have people, whoa, first American test tube baby, there she goes?
No, absolutely not. No, that's why I run. That's why I run away from things like that.
Now, that's what I want to ask. What's the connection between being America's first test tube baby and now starting up Zell, which is a website for women who run? What is the connection?
So one of the reasons, and probably the pretty major reason that I started running, was when I was pregnant with my son, who's now 4 and is like a whirling dervish. There was a ton of media attention on the first test tube baby is going to have a baby. And it was like the running joke in my family that wouldn't it be terrible if you saw headlines around the world that test tube baby has test tube baby. So there was a lot of pressure to have a normal childbirth. And so after he was born and everybody wanted to know if he was normal and I was normal and if everything was fine, I started running because it was really the only time I got to myself. And it wasn't about being fast or anything like that. It was really taking back my own time and my own life. And that's why a lot of women run.
Are you going to tell me that a majority of young women, 20-somethings, run?
Am I going to tell you that? Yes, actually.
I've seen the statistic, and I don't believe it.
Participation has grown exponentially.
That survey was put out by Runner's World magazine or something.
Those are Running USA stats, actually. So
well, they've got an interest in saying, oh, all young women do it.
If you go to a race, and I don't know if you race, but if you don't, you should try. If you go to a race, you will see, you look around, there are probably going to be more women than men running and entered into those races, especially at half marathon distance, 5Ks and 10Ks.
How far do you run every day?
Usually I do about 3 to 5 miles a day and then longer on the weekend.
3 to 5 miles a day and longer on the weekends?
Yeah.
And you never got a dime out of being America's first test tube.
No, I should figure it out. I know.
Yes, you really should.
No, I haven't. No, I really, truly believe that, the best thing that could happen is if people just know my story. Because my parents, didn't have that luxury. They were the first to go through this, and they didn't have a guidebook. And so if my wacky life can help with that.
You're more famous than me. But I get street recognition and you don't. Elizabeth Comeau with Zell, the running website for women.
That's right, RWZell.com.
RWZell.com.
That's right.
Great. Thanks for coming in. It was
Thank
a pleasure
you for having me.
Thank you. All right,